Hey everybody, Logan here, and as you guys see, I didn't really address the Mario 35th anniversary. I didn't think I really needed to. It was a great Nintendo Direct. Nintendo showed a lot of awesome games, and especially with the new Mario Kart toy thing that is like an AR game, that was really cool. The Game & Watch that they're going to release, I'll be buying that, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But it's a really cool thing. There's millions of videos out there. They got them like minutes. I woke up late that day and I saw it all over everywhere and I went, oh well, okay. So for those of you who do subscribe, thank you so much. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. And before we get any further, visit our Teespring.
No thanks.
Oh my God, you want to help us out?
No,
Look
I
at
don't.
all these awesome shirts
Stay
and
broke.
masks.
Stay broke.
So apparently I've seen a lot of videos and some BS on Twitter and people complaining that the Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a limited release. And they're complaining. They're getting mad. They're yelling at Nintendo. Well, one, every video game you've ever purchased is a limited release. They do not stay brand new, released to store shelves forever.
No one expects every single game ever to be on store shelves forever. Most games are on store shelves for years, though. Mario 3D All-Stars is not doing that. They are specifically doing a 6-month timed release. It's already scummy enough, but most people don't have an issue with the physical version being a limited release. People are questioning Nintendo's decision on the digital version also being a timed release. Everything in this entire release is being timed. You have 6 months to get it digitally or physically. After the 6-month time limit is over, it's going to be pulled from the stores, and you most likely won't be able to get a physical copy anywhere without, I don't know, having to pay upfront of $200 to scalpers on eBay, which is the exact reason people are justifying trying to buy this collection of games, because these games individually on their respective consoles like GameCube are upwards of $50, $60, $70, $80 plus dollars. So you guys are acting like Nintendo is doing all of you a favor by bunching these games together for $60 so you don't have to buy them individually for more than $60. But after the 6-month time limit is up and anyone decides that they want to try to buy this, is now facing the exact same issue that you guys are using to justify the value of this collection. How ironic.
Yes, this is a limited time. Why? Because it's in celebration of Mario's 35th birthday.
It's in celebration of Mario's 35th birthday. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. That doesn't make it right. Nobody gives a shit.
There you go. It's a limited release. And what about Limited Run or Strictly Limited or any of those other guys? That's their entire business model.
That is not their business model at all. Limited Run Games specializes in the release of digital games in physical media. The company, founded by Douglas Bogart and Josh Fairhurst, I hope I didn't butcher those names, Fairhurst, because they wanted to preserve video games. They wanted to cater to players who prefer physical discs and cartridges opposed to game downloads. So for example, companies like WayForward cannot afford to mass produce all these copies for themselves, so they go through Limited Run for their most recent game, Shantae and the Seven Sirens. And again, even after all those physical copies are done and sold and you can't get them anywhere, the digital version is still there for people to buy. These are two completely different situations. Nintendo is specifically making this game rare. They're making this a limited time offer to get everyone to buy now. And then after that time limit is up and all the physical copies are gone and you can't get anywhere at retail, they are then going to not make any more copies and also take the game off of the eShop. It is two completely different things. Literally a false equivalency.
So that's scummy is what somebody said on Twitter, and I was like, really? Really grow up?
No, it is scummy. Because Nintendo can keep selling this indefinitely. Why not? It's a collection of games people want. Like, what's gonna happen another console or two consoles from now when it's not backwards compatible with Switch cartridges? What? We wait for another $60 collection of these exact games? It makes no sense.
You've got like 6 months to buy it. If you can't buy a $60 game within 6 months, maybe you shouldn't be buying video games. Maybe you should think about where you're investing your money, or what you're doing with your time and your money.
Wow, you're such a scumbag. You're really gonna pull that card that if you can't afford it with 6 months? Dude, do you know what's happening right now? There's a fucking pandemic. People are broke, and people are trying to entertain themselves while being broke. And video games offer a great form of entertainment for, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's a reachable price. But people are in a situation, you don't know what people's financial situations are. The audacity for you to say that while we're in a fucked up situation where people are broke and they're trying to save as much money as possible to, take care of themselves, but also keep themselves entertained with games, movies, whatever they gotta do. You're privileged enough to be in a home, to have a job most likely, and to be able to purchase 2, 3, whatever many copies of this game. But if you lost everything right now, you'd probably have to sell all that shit, and guess what? If you get back on your feet sometime after March, April, or May next year, you can't get that game anymore. So, why don't you think just saying that is just so out of touch. I cannot believe you're such a scumbag.
If you can't buy one $60 game in a 6-month period. I know it sounds pretty rough, but
yeah, see, you just caught yourself saying something very like a douchebag. But for some reason you continued with the video and decided to upload it, even though you just caught yourself being like, maybe I'm being an asshole.
maybe you shouldn't be buying video games of $60 in 6 months. It's not even $10 a week. It's not even $10 a month.
Dude, some people don't have $10 for a week. That's some people's money for a whole fucking week. Do you even hear what you're saying? Maybe some kid's family is fucking broke, and for the next 6 months or more, they can't afford to buy him any fucking games at all, and he's already got a Switch and he's hoping that one day he can get a fucking copy of this game. You just don't know what situation people are in, or kids are in, or whatever person is in, to where they can't buy this game within 6 months. What a scumbag thing to say.
I pre-ordered 2 copies.
Yeah. Shocker.
So I've got mine coming. But yeah, so I don't know. It's coming digital. It's coming physical. There's got to be a way to get it. Yeah, I am going to get the physical copies. Like I said, I got 2. And I will be probably keeping one sealed. The other one goes to my wife. And then I'll probably be buying it digital to actually play it, just because I know this is going to be one of those games that's probably going to hold value later on in the future. So, yeah, I don't see the issue.
If you can't see the issue here, it's probably because the Nintendo boot is so far down your throat and it tastes so delicious that you are nutting in your pants and your eyes are rolling to the back of your head, prohibiting you from seeing what the fuck is happening and why people have a fucking problem with this.
If you have a problem with it, scream at a wall. What are you, in an echo chamber? Come on. Nobody cares.
Oh yeah, the scream at a wall card, the nobody cares about your opinion card. You were doing the same thing we're doing, just on the opposite end of the argument. Why don't you go scream at a wall? No one gives a fuck about what you have to say. No, I think I think you're the one that's in an echo chamber, because if you can't at least see why people have an issue with this game being a timed release, like, forget the physical copy, at least the digital edition should stay indefinitely until at least the console's lifespan. If you cannot see that why there's an issue there, then you are literally the one in an echo chamber.
I know this sounds rough, but it's a special limited edition things. A lot of things in the gaming world, a lot of games, a lot of special edition consoles, are limited releases, and this is what people are complaining about?
False equivalency. That's not the same thing. This is a video game. You don't run out of digital copies. They are deciding to remove it from the store. Nintendo saying, hey, it's a limited time only, doesn't make it right. And the difference between that and consoles is you can still buy consoles at it's not like, imagine if consoles were limited to a 6-month window, like all consoles in general. Wouldn't that be fucking stupid? Wouldn't that be dumb? That would be stupid. What if every video game you could only buy within 6 months? That would be dumb. You know that would be stupid. So why is it not stupid in this instance? Because it's Nintendo, right? Nintendo gets a pass. Because it's cool if Nintendo does it.
It's a limited release game for Mario's birthday.
We don't give a fuck if it's Mario's birthday, his fucking billionth anniversary getting cucked by Bowser. We don't care. That doesn't make it right.
Your birthday's only one day a year. Hey, it's nice that they're doing this for almost 6 months. We got September, because it comes out September 18th. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So that's a total of, actually, because it comes out on the 18th, you get 6.5 months. 6.5 months.
Oh, thank you, Nintendo, for giving me a 6-month time period to buy a game. Oh my god, you've done me such a huge favor. Wow. Why can't more companies do this for me? Give me only 6 months to buy a game that they made. This is so stupid.
There's no problem with that.
Do you like chocolate or vanilla boots?
So, tell me what you guys think. Do you think I'm being ridiculous?
Absolutely.
On my point of view, you've got 6.5 months to buy this game, and Nintendo will not put it in any short supply.
What? It is in short supply. It's a limited release. That's literally what short supply means. What the fuck are you talking about? And then anyone who buys a Switch in April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November of next year are fucked. They cannot buy it digitally, they cannot buy it physically unless they go on eBay and look for scalpers who are selling it for hundreds of dollars, which is the exact reason why you guys are justifying this collection in the first place, because the original copies of these games on their original hardware, like Sunshine on GameCube, Mario 64 on the 64, Galaxy on the Wii, those copies of those games go upwards of $50+, 60, 70, 80, more sometimes. You're using that to justify this collection because it's a good deal of those games. It's a re-release of those games at a lower price than if you were to get them individually. This boggles my fucking mind.
Between those 6 months, 6.5 months, you will be able to find it everywhere. So just go pick it up. And like I said, if you can't afford one $60 game, maybe you shouldn't be buying video games. Maybe you should invest. Maybe you should save. Maybe you should do something so later on down the line, that's not going to be a problem. It's like, again, it's like limited run. Limited run releases everything for just a few week period. So that's not scummy? No, it isn't. It isn't.
Literally not the same thing.
None of these companies, just because it's a limited release, it's a special, makes, the product or the game or something actually feel more special instead of releasing bajillions of them to everyone.
Nobody cares, and why wouldn't you want more people to have this game? That's the dumbest thing I ever fucking heard.
Yeah, so then you end up with Madden, which next year is worth $2. And don't get me into that, but that's another story.
So if a bunch of people buy... So if Super Mario 3D All-Stars is not a limited release, and anyone can buy it at any time, and there's no time limit, it's gonna become Madden if enough people buy it? What the fuck?
So, again, tell me what you guys think.
We think you're dumb, and that your opinion on this sucks, and is very out of touch.
Head on over to our socials.
No,
RedBandanaGaming.com.
I won't.
You know,
We will
at
not.
Red Bandana Gaming on Facebook, Instagram.
Fuck
at
all your
RBG
social media.
_retro on Twitter. And again, visit our Teespring. The link is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching.
We wish we didn't watch.
Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again. And the camera. Why you doing it?
That was just cringe.